Welcome to yet another episode of the VoiceIt show, folks. How are you all? And look at you, everybody's joining already. Hello. It feels so great. Hi, Jackie. Hello, everyone. Look at you all in the comments. Hi, everyone. It has been a great week, and as well. Last week was awesome, and this week as well. We have an extraordinary guest with us today. But before we bring them on, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel like always. And we want to thank you guys for tuning in, and a special shout out to our patrons. Funky, please go ahead.
Yeah, a special shout out to Evan Gorak, Chris Vickery, Shelly O'Neill, and of course, Anders Lindholm. Thank you guys.
Yep. Thank you so much for supporting the show. And for the guests of the hour, we have with us today the exemplary personalities, the rock stars, the very phenomenal when rivers meet. And we are so excited to have them with us today. They have not only attained groundbreaking success in a short amount of time, but their singles have been played at on renowned radio shows like BBC Radio 2, Planet Rock radio station. They have made it to many front covers of renowned magazines. They have been nominated for numerous awards. Power Play magazine describes them as they may be a duo, but they make a big noise, and that's the perfect definition of when rivers meet. Please welcome to the Voice It Show, Grace and Aaron. Hello.
Hey, how you
Good to
doing?
be here.
Awesome, how are you?
So,
Really good, thank you. Yeah.
Very good.
thank
Pleasure
you
to
so
be here.
much for so good, so good. We feel so nice to see you guys, and thank you for joining us today. How are y'all?
Yeah, we've had a really good day. We're busy songwriting at the moment, so we've been having our heads in
Good.
riffs and licks and stuff today.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you so
amazing thing to be busy with, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
much.
Yeah, so let me start with this. So 2020 has been a year of challenges for everyone around the globe, and however, this has also been a year of where people found ways to be creative and productive. And your Facebook live streams, like Rock the Lockdown series, are truly phenomenal, and fans love it. We love it, and of course, everybody loves to
Totally.
see you both together and your chemistry, which is truly cheerful and amazing. So we would love to know how Rock the Lockdown began and the motivation behind its inception.
Yeah, so we had a really huge year of gigs planned for last year for 2020, and then like everyone else, it kind of all just stopped and everything changed, and we saw other musicians jumping online and doing live streams, and we kind of avoided it for about 2 weeks, and then we get so many messages, people saying, "Oh, guys, why don't you try and live stream?" You know, we're like, okay, let's do it. We'll have a go. And hey, Stephen, and so we tried it the first time, and it was pretty. When I looked back at it fairly recently.
Don't look back.
So it was pretty. Hey, Anders. It was pretty terrible in that, like, the sound was off, and it was all pretty bad. But we did really enjoy it.
Cutting
at
our
the same
teeth
time.
online, yeah.
Yeah. So thank you,
Right.
Rose. So yeah, it was a bit of a shock, a bit of an adjustment. And of course, you know, you finish playing a song and you generally used to, you know, having a little bit of a round of applause and a bit of energy after.
True.
So that was an adjustment to kind of just be in a silent room, you know.
Yeah.
But we now
Right.
absolutely love it. And we just last week we celebrated a whole year of live streaming.
Yeah.
And every week it's grown. And we actually we had our top numbers. We had 500 people live with us on Saturday night, a year on, which is amazing. When we started with sort
Nearly
of
800.
What did I say?
5.
Oh,
Yeah,
800.
800
We had
people.
800 people, sorry. Yeah, so it's grown and grown. It's been amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I love
totally
that.
amazing. And
Yeah.
not only that, even with your albums, you have attained a great success. So congratulations and kudos on that as well.
Thank you.
And
That's been a bit of a shock. Yeah.
I did watch your yesterday's live stream, and I heard you all are getting new pedals. Have you all got it?
We've got loads of new pedals.
Got a pog.
Gosh, look
like-
at that.
I got,
We've got like 10 new
what's
pedals.
this? Oh yeah, a swollen pickle.
Wow.
We've got OCDs.
OCD.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Nice. So we're just wanting to have options when we go in the studio to create different
Right.
sounds.
Yeah.
And it's really we found it to be so important with the previous recordings to get a distinctive sound that you want to create. And of course we don't like to use like digital effects. So the pedals are great. You know, we love pedals and valve amps.
We do.
our
We
thing.
just like the old-fashioned way of doing things.
Yeah,
So
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Totally.
that's amazing.
Totally.
That's amazing.
And I want to ask to Aaron especially, how did you discover your tone on guitar? Because I love the dirty sound on it. I love the grunge feeling. I
Yeah.
truly dig that sound. So how did you discover that? And obviously years of practice, but
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's just experimenting, and I love like John Lee Hooker and people like that. They what got me into the blues, the riffs, and things like that, Muddy Waters and stuff. So that kind of oldie kind of style. But I also love like rock bands like Led Zeppelin and Bad Company and things like that, and also Nirvana. Now, Nirvana are a big influence.
Wow.
So that's the kind of grunge side to it. But yeah,
But at
there's
the
a lot
same point,
involved.
we liked, even though
Right.
there's a lot involved and the sounds kind of thought out, we have kept
Yeah.
it as minimal as possible.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of unlike us to be like grabbing all this new gear, because generally we're like a couple of pedals each, and we
Yeah.
can get the sound we like. So we're keen to experiment a little bit more, I think. for
Definitely on this
album.
next album, yeah.
That's awesome. And
Cool.
let me take you
Cool.
back to
That's
the
really
very
awesome.
beginning. So if you could tell us about your childhood, like
Mhm.
did you grow up separately in different places? Do you come from musical families and such?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we grew up about how many miles apart?
It was about 7.
About 7 miles apart.
But it was across the border.
Yeah, it was a different. It was a county line,
Wow.
so neither of us went that direction.
Yeah.
We kind of went opposite directions for
Oh,
our whole youth and teenage years, virtually. And
Yeah.
but my family, my mum's a London.
No, no!
Oh my god,
Oh my god!
You're
Oh,
so
no.
cute.
Oh,
So my mum's a Londoner,
I
and she's
gotcha.
always loved. She's
you
always.
did, you
Hey,
did.
Gareth.
Hey, Gareth.
She's always loved music, and we always had the family piano in the house, and Mum would play Knees Up Mother Brown, and I've Got a Lovely Bunch of
Yeah.
Coconuts, typical Essex East End kind of songs,
Yeah.
But we went to piano. Me and my sister went to piano lessons at 4 years old, and then I worked my way through woodwind instruments whilst always being most obsessed
Wow.
with singing. Has always been my obsession, passion.
Yeah.
And then landed on the violin and mandolin kind of later on, actually, after we
Wow.
got together.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, my background is pretty much guitar all the way through
Cool.
and singing. So, yeah.
Yeah,
So
right,
that's basically it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and your family are quite musical.
Well, my mum can play piano. Well, she started playing piano before I was born, and then she started playing piano again after I left.
She was too busy.
That's where
isn't
that's
she?
going.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's weird.
wow. And Grace, can you still play the piano?
A little
Brilliant.
bit. Yeah, I can mess around. I mean, I think it gives the fundamentals of music, and that's the best thing. If I think in music theory, I think of a keyboard,
Yeah.
and if I'm working chords out and stuff, I always go back to the keyboard. So in that, it's always going to kind of be my primary instrument in a strange way, even though I'm no great pianist.
But she can pick it up and play it. Anything.
What, a piano?
No, yeah, piano. No, literally any musical instrument, she can just pick up and start playing it. And just like, how'd you do that?
I'll have a go
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive. Wow. Yeah.
I've yet to try her on the bagpipes though.
So singing happens.
Behave.
It's fun always. Gosh. So tell us, what do you wish you had known when you all started out your careers?
I think probably how to songwrite would be the main thing, because it took a long time for us to develop our style of songwriting, and I think that would be the main thing.
I think as well it is that, and sort of keeping everything our ethos in life is like keep it simple.
Yeah.
Because we used to do that a lot, even with songwriting. We'd be like, oh, it needs to have some more chords in it. It needs more notes, and it needs more hooks,
this, it needs that. Yeah.
And now we're like, we just let songs write themselves. And even then, like our approach with the music industry side of things, we're like, all we focus on really is creating good music and playing to our fans and communicating with people. And we've built so many friendships with the Rapids.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's a community that we've built, and that is so cool. It's amazing.
True. And for those of you who don't know what the Rapids is, it just says the Rockstar Guitar Army. So when Rivers meet, fans call themselves the Rapids. We are the Rapids, by the way. Hello.
That's just awesome.
Yeah. So would you like to describe your creative and songwriting process? So how does it go down? Do you all throw ideas at each other and veto it? How does it go?
I think so. Basically, what happens is we'll come up with something, an idea of whatever it might be, a riff or a lyric or just a melody or something like that.
So it's a small idea to start with.
Small idea. Then we'll come together. We'll sort of try to sort something out like really, really sketchy, and then we'll separate. Grace will start working on the music. I'll start working on the lyrics. We then come back together, put it together, hash it out, see if it works.
Yeah.
If it really works and we start to love it, we carry on with it. If we think it's all right, and then we just scrap it and then move on to the next idea.
We're quite ruthless. I think we learn after a long time of trying to make things work and having that feeling of, you've got to work hard at a song, which you have got to work at it, but at the same point we can't force it. If it's not flowing, then it's much more productive for us to just move on
to
something else.
Right. It's better than being stuck.
I think that's a really horrible feeling with songwriting, because you tend to question yourself then, as if you've got like a creative block, when really it's just you're just focusing it on the wrong thing.
And the best bit is with something like that, you can literally just park it for a while and then come back to it later on. And
definitely.
True. Exactly. So do you all also record yourself, like document yourself if there's a riff or something that comes to mind? So do you like grab something and record it quickly, document it?
Oh yeah, definitely on the iPhones.
We just use voice memos on our iPhones. And the other morning we had a riff, because we're writing for the second album at the moment, so we had a riff idea, and then Aaron woke up early in the morning, which is he doesn't really wake up that early, and he grabbed a pen and paper. No, we're not
at all.
And he just started he just reeled off all these lyrics, and it was done. And so sometimes it can be that easy, other times it's like, it takes a lot longer, but they tend to be the best songs that when they come easy, they're the best one. Like Free Man was easy, but that just wrote itself. But that's after writing thousands of crap songs before. So it's not
Totally. It's like 50 selfies and you get one.
Exactly. But you only show the good one.
Fantastic. So since we are at the album 2, I'd like to talk more about album 2. You all recently launched album 2, and it's also crowdfunded. So is the crowdfunding still live?
Yes, it is. And it finishes on the 28th of this month.
28th of March.
It was
right.
Yeah, it was kind of a little bit later in the day. We're not always particularly organised, and we were hoping that the whole plan was been to be able to fund it without doing the crowdfund, so that we didn't, because people have been so supportive of this whole time. We were hopeful we'd be able to do it off our own backs, and then we sat down, done a spreadsheet, and worked it out.
So there's absolutely no chance we're going to be able to afford to do it. Yeah. So
we had a little change of plan. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. No, but that's really awesome. And everyone out there listening or watching right now, please do check out the link in the description. You'll find the link for the crowdfund thing in the description of this video.
That's amazing. Thank
please
you.
go ahead and check that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And also, y'all are gonna hit the studio, I guess, in some amount of time in the near future. So for the album 2, obviously. So y'all are gonna engage yourselves in preparation for it now, songwriting and whatnot.
Absolutely, yeah. We're still in sort of the main songwriting phase, and then as we said earlier, we're getting the pedals, and we're sort of discussing different tones we want to create, and the general vibe of the album with our producer Adam, who we've done all our recordings with, and he's a phenomenal talent, and he also plays drums, bass, and keys on the recordings. So. And I think that's one of the main things why the records have worked so well, is because even the drums, he approaches them from a producer perspective rather than just a drummer, not just a drummer, but he's listening to the whole song rather than just concentrating on his part.
He's thinking of the whole picture of the song rather than just one
that
part.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And then we're going to be going into the studio, hopefully, with lockdown, hopefully that will be gone, on the last week of April. So
yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's so awesome.
And I'm gonna bring up a question from the audience. So Anderson Holm asks, "What are the pros and cons of the lockdown for you?"
I'd say the pros are the fact that being together all the time, we're able to create music together and kind of getting each other's heads a lot more. Than if we weren't together all the time. And
the other pro, of course, we decided to, because we'd quit our day job, so we'd gone all in just before lockdown kicked off, and we was relying on gigging and making a living off that. So we said, right, let's put all our energies, let's not give up, let's put everything into being online and concentrate. Online musicians, just think of it like that. And so we've grown so much online, like from no Facebook followers to 60,000 Facebook followers because of the live streams. So in that way, it's amazing. And the venues that we're booking for next year are, we would never have dreamt of booking these sorts of size venues before lockdown. So there's definite pros. And the cons, of course, are that it's been a pretty terrible time for the whole world. You know, we can't complain that much because we've come through it.
We've literally got nothing to complain about, you know. I mean, apart from not being able to gig, but we've managed to do it every Saturday and a few Wednesdays. So
compared to what a lot of people have had to still go out and work when it feels uncomfortable and stuff,
that's right.
We really can't complain from our perspective. But
True.
Awesome.
So it's good, Funky.
My next question is, let me see. So I'm gonna take you back once again. So what inspired you both to do music? Like, who were your biggest idols?
I think again, I mentioned like John Lee Hooker and Led Zeppelin, Muddy Waters, Guns N' Roses, Nirvana. Just so we're talking like classic blues, classic rock, and Bad Company. Free.
Yeah, they were sort of the main. Although you loved Elvis, was a big inspiration.
Elvis was a big influence.
Such an amazing voice.
Yeah, I love rock and roll as well. So I mean, love it. Buddy Holly.
Absolutely. Yeah. And and for me, it was probably my first love was kind of like Motown and soul, and I think that's probably from my dad because. Hello, Peter.
Hey, Peter.
I think that's probably yeah, it probably comes from my dad and his love for Motown and soul. So I loved Dusty Springfield and Randy Crawford and all those sorts of voices that are so amazing. And then I gradually found Bonnie Raitt, and it was Aaron. And actually, sort of when we met, because I was working in a pub. I went to work in Aaron's local pub over the border.
Wow.
Over the border.
I went the other direction and found him. And
7 miles.
so, and it was a real like rock pub, you know, on a Saturday night.
Rock.
It would be heaving, and it would like really great rock bands would be in there.
It's awesome.
And they're playing all of the classic rock songs that I hadn't really heard.
You didn't know them, did you?
No.
I mean, she didn't know Led Zeppelin and people like that, did you?
No.
So, yeah.
So it was kind of like a real, my sister's a little bit older than me, and she was kind of into the Oasis and that indie sort of era. And it passed my mum and dad by, all that rock stuff. So I found it then.
Incredible. Awesome. That's really fantastic. Great. So tell us now that, you know, obviously you have seen this success, and 2020 obviously it has been a challenging year for everyone, but it has also been a very productive and creative year for artists like you, and even for us, like we do the podcast and all. So you know, tell us what makes you feel the most peaceful now that you are successful and are on that path. So what is it that makes you, you know, feel the most peaceful?
I think what I would say is that to be able to create something, especially for us with music, and to be able to show everybody and for everyone to hear it and people to like it is massive. And that's it really. That's what gives us our thing, as any artist would do. If you put something out there and people like it, it's like, oh,
and even though, of
great.
course, not everybody, you know, there's no chance that everyone is going to like the same thing. But the fact that, because we kind of put a bit of faith in when we started following this blues rock path, we tried to, I think before that, because we've played together for quite a few years, but it wasn't until kind of 2019, like you say, that we sort of started to put out the blues rock material. And it was really like, let's stop trying to be anything and let's just do stuff that we really like. Let's do music we really like listening to. And hopefully if we like it, someone else will like it. And that's what's worked. And that is like Aaron said, that is the most amazing thing.
Yeah, I think it's just be true to yourself. Do what you love to do, and then if you love it,
because
people will see that.
We really did try to fit in for a long time. Like before we started doing this style, we you know, we were trying to write songs and make our way in music for a long time, and we couldn't find it, and it was because we were trying to follow someone else's path. Yeah. So yeah, it sounds very cheesy.
Right.
Do what you know, follow your own heart and all that. But it's true. It's like
true.
We really enjoy playing our music and we really like it. You know,
it's really cool.
So, I'm very egotistical. Sorry.
Yeah, we just listen to ourselves all the time.
Oh dear.
That is the best self to be, actually. really fantastic, and we truly love you for that. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, and your journey itself is truly inspiring, because you not only gave up your day job for following your dreams, that is becoming musicians, and seeing you grow as fans, it's really fantastic, because the journey also inspires us to keep going in whatever path we are following. So that's really fantastic. So thank you for being our inspiration in that sense.
Oh, that's awesome.
We'd love to know about your van, your camper van. There's a story there.
Well, how long have you got? It's a very long story.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Got all the
Yay! Oh, look at her in her former glory.
Yeah, she's filthy.
Wow. Well, she needs a wash now. Look at me. That looks beautiful. She's
so
beautiful
we
there.
bought her. The idea of buying the van was because we're going full time and being musicians, and we knew that we couldn't play gigs and travel further afield and afford to stay in hotels at the same time. This was the whole point of getting the van, was that we could sleep in the van and, you know, eat in the van, and it would be much cheaper and more feasible for us to travel further afield and play gigs. So that's why we got her. And
it was an old panel van. That's all it was, a panel van. And we literally converted the whole thing ourselves, even put the windows in, because there was no windows in there. Cut the holes, put the windows in, put the sink in, the heating. Yeah, the electrics, everything.
And we had, like, the van cost us 1,500 quid, and it was like, we're all done on a budget. And we ended up being so, we kind of...
It cost a lot more than that to put it together.
It did in the end. It did in the end. But it was so amazing. And the only thing what happened was that, you know, it's like when you start going out and gigging, we started off with 2 little tiny speakers, and then like a few months later we had like 2 big subwoofers and then monitors, and Aaron had to keep getting more guitars, so we had to like build more storage in it, and it was getting a little bit
we were literally sleeping with the guitars.
Yeah, because we had nowhere to put them, and so the only place was in the bed with us. So it got a bit tight in the end.
Yeah, well, look where you are right now. So it was so much fun, and we love it. I mean, we love being in the van as well, and just traveling around and stuff. So it was both of it.
Oh, definitely. Awesome, I mean, unfortunately, 5 months ago she went wrong, and we had to get it fixed. And luckily, it took that long for somebody to decide exactly what was wrong with it. Now it's fixed and back on the road. So yeah, can't wait for live gigs to start again.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. And I think the true glory of van or any vehicle or touring vehicle is in its dirt. That's what I guess.
Absolutely. It's been so much fun. We can't wait to get it back out on the road, can we? It's going to be so cool.
Yeah. We've already started booking gigs, so it's going to be really cool.
Fingers crossed.
That's awesome.
Yes. Totally.
And
by the way, so folks, just a sec, Funky. So folks, they got their van converted. So just in case you need mechanics.
Don't call us.
If there's any en route to gigs, then we might need your number.
No, just kidding. Go ahead, Funky.
So we have a small surprise for you, but before we show you the surprise, I have a question, a very serious question. So who is the funnier one out of the 2 of you?
Funnier?
She cracks me up a lot. So
I don't mean to. That's not good, is it? I mean, she was laughing at me.
No, Grace can be really funny at times, can't you?
Aaron can be really funny. He can be really funny. You can be funny, babe. Can't you? I think Aaron's funny. He's funny.
We just witnessed. No, you're funny. No, you're funny. No, you're funny.
I think Aaron's great because he's not, well, one of the reasons, I mean, I obviously love him, he's my husband, but he's not got any ego and he doesn't take himself seriously at all, and that it makes him so much fun to be with because he constantly takes the mick out of himself and doesn't take himself seriously, and it's brilliant. So I say you, babe.
I would say exactly the same the other way around.
Awesome.
I love that.
Funky, go ahead.
So, well, I have to agree. Both of you are so fun to be with. And Kanak, I will ask you to introduce our surprise, if you can.
So the surprise is one of your biggest fans who introduced us to you is here to say hello to you. So please welcome our friend Holly Ray from USA. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi.
You're looking very cool, I've got to say.
Yeah.
Oh,
look
wow,
at that.
You got
That's
CD.
awesome.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much.
I do. So, yeah.
So where are you
I
in the
found
States?
you mid-year. I'm in Seattle.
Oh,
wow.
superb.
Oh, we love Seattle.
Yeah, I love
Yep.
Seattle.
Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic.
you need to come to Seattle. We love you. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I would like to know your Rapwoods would like to know how you met and what was the catalyst for you two to start your musical journey together.
Oh, well, when we first met, it was on a Friday night, I believe. Grace came and worked in my local pub. I walked in on the Friday night, saw her behind the bar, started talking. I thought, wow, she's amazing. Went and spoke to her, ordered a drink, and we just got chatting. And the very first thing we spoke about was Elvis Presley, because he was playing on the jukebox. And we just like a mutual admiration of Elvis kind of thing.
We loved Elvis, and I think what happened as well, someone else was dissing Elvis.
That's what it was.
So we united in the fact of how dare you diss Elvis?
You can't
He's
diss
amazing.
Elvis. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And then it took, actually, there wasn't kind of one moment as to why we started playing music together. It was very gradual, and it took us a really long time to get our heads around it.
Yeah.
So it was quite a few years into us going out.
Yeah.
We sort of, I think probably there was a gap in the projects we were doing with different people. And we were like, maybe we should do something together.
For some reason, it just never really dawned on us.
It didn't seem that obvious to us.
It was just like, So, and then we just started playing together, and it just felt right, didn't it?
Yeah, totally.
It's absolutely amazing.
Awesome.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome.
I'm really pleased that you like the album.
Yeah, definitely.
I love the album. I drive and I listen to it nonstop. Yep.
Oh man,
that is so
awesome.
cool. That is so cool to think of people, think that you're driving around listening to the music. Is so cool.
What's your favourite track?
You know what? I can't pick one at the moment. I like them all.
Oh man, that's
brilliant. I like them
Love
all. So yeah, thank you.
I'm just glad you like it.
Holly's the one, she'll text us, she'll drop a text on Messenger. Hey, WRM is live right now. We'll jump to that.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
That's
Thank you so much. Well, when we do come to Seattle, we'll have to meet up and have a drink.
Absolutely.
I would love to. You bet.
We have been to Seattle about, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Is it Pike's Market? We went to Pike's Market. Is it Pike's Market?
It is Pike's Place Market. Mm-hmm.
That's right, Pike's Place. We went down there. And
you've been up the Needle, is it not the Needle? What's it called?
The Needle, is it?
Is it the Needle?
Space Needle. The Space Needle,
yeah, we loved it. Oh, we would love to come back.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we'd love to come back. Fingers crossed the world will open up soon and it will all seem much closer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
True. Awesome. So, hey, Holly, any other question you have?
I think that's it for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for joining us. That's awesome.
Yeah, and thank you for sharing our music, because that's how we've grown so much over this last year. So we are very grateful.
We
really are.
You're
very
welcome.
much so.
Thank you.
Take care, Holly. We'll hopefully meet you in person one day.
Definitely.
You bet.
Bye.
All right, love you too.
Take care.
Cheers.
Bye.
Totally. See ya.
Oh, that was so cool.
It was
That's
so
cool.
Oh, thank you for doing that. That's awesome.
So did you like your surprise?
Oh, for sure.
I know, that's so cool.
That was like the best. That was awesome.
Because we often don't get to talk to people. We're either texting people or we're talking to them and they're messaging us, on the live stream. So it's so nice to be able to talk to people online.
And see somebody as well. It's really cool, isn't it?
Fantastic.
True. We're so glad. We're very happy.
Oh, thank you.
So tell us, you're going to be touring as well, right? In the October of this year, probably. And y'all are collaborating with the band King. So how's it gonna go down? Would you like to tell us about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it kind of came up. Only came up a little while ago. We were so excited when we found out we got the opportunity to support King. And it was kind of a big decision as to whether the whole plan, because before lockdown and everything happened, we were playing as a duo. Hey, King.
There you go.
And they're such a cool band.
Yeah.
And we were playing as a duo, and the whole plan was that we would go back out as a band because we have such a bigger sound, and it's they were going to be able to create the album more and get that across. And so it was kind of a toss up whether we should do it as the band, because we are planning our own tour in April next year, and which is going to be with the band. So we were kind of like, should we do it on our own or should we do it with the band? And we've chosen to go and do it as a duo. And I think there's a few reasons, but probably because we haven't played out, we haven't done a gig for a long time, and for us the duo is, we are comfortable as a duo, you know, we've been doing it for such a long time. And of course, because we haven't been able to go and practice and play with other musicians, we just felt like it was the right thing to do, was to go and do it as a duo. So we've got some amazing venues, like nice, like 900 capacity venues. So we're really looking forward to having an audience and not be playing in our little garage studio. It's going to be amazing.
Totally. And folks, these are the tour dates for October, which I've just pulled out from their website. And the link for the tickets is obviously in the description of this video. So go ahead and you may want to join them and watch When Rivers Meet live, and not on the live stream, live.
Awesome.
And
definitely.
One of the amazing things as well is because we've got this, hey Jackie, and we've got this such a cool community of people online, and of course everyone's like-minded because we all like the same music. Like a lot of people drink beer, we like cover bands, like we're all the same.
Everybody wants to see live music.
Yeah, we all want to go to gigs. It's and so there's kind of people they're setting up Facebook groups for everybody who is going to that King gig, so that they can all meet up and they know who to look out for. And it's just amazing. Like for that to happen.
Like, so cool.
But we just feel a bit left out. We're always like, can you invite us?
Can we come?
I love that.
There's this networking also. Great. That's really great. World is coming closer, I guess. So that's really fantastic. And everybody's now aware that, it's peace, love, and music, and that's it. That's what everybody needs right now. And everyone needed that, but this is the time when we need it the most, I think. So, and when artists like you spread music, love, that's all, we want, and that's all we project through this as well. So that's really fantastic.
Thank you. And I think it was always quite important for us when we done the live streams, because so many people were all fed up. And we always wanted the live streams to be like a gig. Like you go out on a Saturday night and you have a drink and you have a laugh and you have fun. And that's what we always wanted the Saturday nights to be like. And we avoid the COVID topics and anything that, people have had enough of all week, including
you just want to separate yourself from it, don't you? And just have a great time.
And just enjoy it. And
Yeah, totally. And Saturday night lives were amazing. Totally amazing. I got a picture of you guys, which is...
Oh, no.
And this is the vibe.
How's that? I'm the other way around.
This is the vibe. Yeah, there you go. That is the vibe. Totally. That's the Saturday vibe you want.
I wonder what picture he was going to pull out then. What have you got? What pictures have you got?
Oh, many pictures.
Many pictures, actually. So I want to ask you guys that how did it feel to be the face of Blues Matters magazine, and on the front cover of the magazine? And it's really fantastic, and it's a very renowned magazine. And not only that, you were photographed by Rob Blackham, who is a celebrity photographer, very renowned personality. So how was that experience?
Oh, it was amazing.
Well, Rob was great to start with, because we had no idea how to pose really. Like, we could do selfies, but like you say, there's about 50 selfies where you look terrible and you get one that looks all right. But Rob literally, he was like a bit of a sergeant major. He was like, Grace, head up, bow back, like, so he really put us
really put us through it. I mean,
So that was a painful pose to hold for 10 minutes.
but we didn't have a clue what to do.
No,
not
so
a clue. So
he literally told us how to smile, where to
Yep.
look, like, and we so needed that. We really needed direction,
Yeah.
and we never had that at all for a photographer. And that's one of the reasons why he's such a great photographer, because he thinks of the shapes and stuff that we don't even. We're just like.
Wow.
You know, so that was amazing. And then, of course, to have those pictures used for Blues in Britain and Blues Matters in the same month.
Yeah.
So we were on the two main blues magazines in the same month, which this is crazy when we think back a year ago, and when we were just starting the crowdfund for our first album, for the debut album. Never in a million years. If someone would have said, you know, you're going to be nominated for 4 Blues Awards and you're going to be on the front cover of the Blues magazines, we'd be like, yeah, whatever.
Gosh. So dreams do come true.
They do.
Dude,
They do.
definitely.
Yeah.
Totally.
Definitely.
God. It's really
that's amazing.
I really love this picture of yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really cool picture. It always feels
Very
slightly
cool.
uncomfortable looking at them. We've got posters of one of those Rob Blackham pictures, and it's always a little bit like, yeah, it's a poster of us.
If you want one.
If you want us on your wall, you know. It's a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
We're dealing with these things.
We're trying to anyway.
Was there any music played during the photo shoot or something?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he started off playing some music. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
It was kind of, I'm not sure what it was, sort of pop music, I suppose. And
It's Rob Blackham. He was not playing pop music.
it sounded like pop music.
He would
to me.
not be pleased if he heard you say that.
And then I said to him, "Have you got any classic rock you could play or something like that?" And he put it. Oh yeah. And he started putting on Free and Led Zeppelin and stuff like that. I was like, "Oh no, this is it." Bit of Cream and stuff. Yeah. So we
got our vein of rock, and then we were good. Yeah. He's a great guy.
Awesome.
He's really nice. Isn't he?
Wow.
Yeah, he's
We're
good
going to be
bloke,
doing another shoot with him as soon as we can. The restrictions are lifted and stuff, so that would be great. To stop eating so many hobnobs.
They're biscuits. Too much biscuits and cake in lockdown.
Amazing.
So I have a
Splendid
question.
story.
So what is it about the way that you do what you do that you feel might separate you from others who do it? As in, what makes you your way of doing, making music unique?
I think one of the things is we feel like we work so well together, and there's never, like Grace said before, there's no ego with us, and it's just a case of what we think is right. We kind of really together on it, we think the same sort of thing.
And when we're writing a song, we have straight away, we're like, I was thinking this kind of idea. Aaron said the other day, I'm thinking I play this, and you're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah, totally. Like anyone else would be like, what the hell is he talking about?
But she knows what I'm talking about.
Straight away.
Yeah.
We're not particularly technical.
No. So I think it probably is that, and the fact that we've both been in bands in the past, and it's like you've got a lot of different personalities. You've got people who've got different priorities in their life, different stages of their life, and to all come together and for that to work is really tough. And but of course we live together. We've got our lives are together, so it's made, and even like the live streams, so many bands haven't been able to live stream and continue their music because they're in different houses, so they couldn't. So
we were very lucky for that.
Steady.
Yeah, so we were very lucky in that regard.
Being violent, he's violent. So
headphones.
I think that's one of that we've been lucky.
Yeah. I'm getting passionate.
Yes.
So, I think that's one of the main reasons. And then I think
and also I think with the mandolin and the fiddle side of things, it's really something different in the rock blues genre, which hasn't been done probably for years and years. I think like 30s and 40s.
You see, I think he's a bit Italian because he keeps talking with his hands all the time. Just put that arm, leave that
sorry,
arm
I'll
there,
put my arms
and
down.
then
I'll sit on my hands.
rotate.
I'll sit on them.
Literally, this man, I know this is really random, but in bed, right,
Oh, hang on.
So
Yeah.
there's not too detailed. Right? So when he's asleep, his arm is always up, like pointing to the sky, the whole time he's asleep.
Whoa.
Now, isn't that weird?
It's my rock pose.
And it'll be like hanging around, and then it'll like land on his head.
It's my Pete Townsend coming in. I'm just about to go.
Gosh, fun.
I love that. I love that.
Good. Really fun.
Oh, God.
I'll fold it.
They won't laugh. They'll be out in the game in a minute.
Now they're locked.
Oh my.
That's awesome. I would really love to know about the cigar box guitar, Aaron. I'm really curious about it.
Here we go.
So Aaron's got a 3-string fretless cigar box, which is
Wow.
really cool.
Look how far away from the fretboard it is.
Gosh,
There's no
the
picking.
action.
There's no picking there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the action's huge, isn't
Whoa.
it? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's
So whoa. Do you play with a slide?
Slide, yeah.
Yeah.
You can only play it with a slide because the action is so high.
Yeah, because the action's that high.
True.
And we went for
My
you went
God.
for the 3-string, didn't you? Just
Yeah.
because it's more versatile, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a
Wow.
violent. He's a violent guitarist. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Very violent.
A rocker through and through.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
True. And Grace, I read you were inspired by Fender's Mandocaster. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I used to play actually this mandolin. It's just a normal acoustic mandolin.
Wow.
And this is still really a
Oh,
nice
yeah.
little mandolin to play. But it was I never quite loved it. Before that I had a really nice red like crafted mandolin, but I never quite felt, especially as we were going more into blues and rock,
yeah.
it just didn't feel like it had the right tone. And
No,
I
not
found,
at
like
all.
you said, I found the Mandocaster, which is basically
Right.
like a little telecaster or Strat, maybe. It's like a little Mandocaster.
Yeah.
Telecaster, Stratocaster. It's one of the two. I can't think quite what shape it is, but it's a little electric mandolin. And I've got my heart set on one. Yeah, and I found one online because I couldn't find any in the shops, and I bid up. I think this was like a couple of Christmases ago. It was too expensive, and then I found a resonator online, and it was quite cheap, and I thought I've never seen a mandolin. Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
yeah, I've never seen a resonator mandolin. And as soon as I got it, again, the action was so high on it. I just grabbed a slide straight away, and we were like, "Oh man, that's really cool! You know, that really works."
Yeah, and it kind of like it's our sound now, isn't it?
Yeah.
As well, so it kind of makes it a bit more unique.
Because when we play, because we're a duo, Aaron's got the kick drum, and a lot of the riffs that we play are quite bassy. Adding the mandolin in on those more shrill sounds really kind of made it a really big sound and filled all those sort of frequencies in.
Yeah.
So it just sort of seemed to work. But it was by mistake.
Totally.
Yeah.
A great
It's a good
mistake, by the way.
mistake.
Really great.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what gives the sound to to When Rivers Meet, and I guess it is what makes When Rivers Meet stand out as a band, because it's really fantastic.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
thank
definitely
you.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
True.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay,
you guys are overall just very unique and different from the others, and that's what I love about you. And since we've had a nice laugh, I want to ask if you could share some funny or scary stories from live shows or off stage.
Oh, well, I think was it a couple of years ago, we did a festival in Dereham in Norfolk, and we had a great gig. It was great. And then the next day we was doing another gig as well. And it was like the main gig. We did like a warm-up gig, and then we did the main gig. And the main gig, everything that could go wrong went wrong. It was an absolute disaster.
And we were
we felt so
so
bad.
looking forward to this gig because it was kind of the first blues festival that we'd done. So and it was really busy, and the first couple of gigs were so good, and we were kind of getting a response from playing that we'd never had before, because it was the first real blues crowd that we'd found, and we were absolutely buzzing about this last gig, and it was our own gig in the venue, and you know, it was a longer set and everything. Yeah, literally in the middle of the set, and at the time we had a mixer on our iPad, because a lot of it was preset because we were doing our own sounds, and it went so wrong. I picked up the iPad, went out into the audience, gave it to a bloke and said, "Can you do it? Can you do the sound?" Like, just asked a bloke, because it was like everything went wrong.
We had strings breaking throughout the whole thing.
We had a Bose
speaker blew up.
God.
And so it's one speaker, and it blew up in the middle of the gig. So there was two great big PV speakers that were there on the stage anyway. So in the middle of the set, we stopped and plugged in these speakers. I went and gave the sound to some other guy. Aaron spilled a whole
glass
of
juice all over the floor.
Your
where we
guitar
were.
string broke.
Yeah, I had guitar strings breaking. Yeah. It was just literally everything that could go wrong went wrong.
And we told everybody at all the other gigs, "Oh, come to our gig on the Saturday night in the main venue."
Yeah, you'll love it, you'll enjoy it and everything. Oh man,
it was so bad.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We learned a lot.
And then we had to load the van and everything, didn't we?
And
Get this right.
As you know, woman to woman, just this situation, I had a really nice dress on, and it was sort of, you know, not that short and everything, but I was carrying the speakers out, and I didn't realise the dress had actually ridden up to my waist. So I was walking around literally just in my knickers, and I think that would just finish me off. I walked outside, and these blokes were looking at me, and I thought, what are they staring at? And I realised that my dress was round my waist, and I was just like, that's it, I'm done. I went and sat in the van. I was like, I'm not packing anything else.
It was a disaster, absolute disaster.
Oh, I'm so sorry that happened. Yeah. So do
Truly.
you consider that story like both funny and scary at the same time, or?
Well, looking back on it now, I mean, you can see the funny side, but at the time it weren't funny at all. It was we felt terrible, you know.
Devastating.
Yeah, we just want to dig a hole, you know.
But we did literally, and we done this every time. We came out, and no kidding, we wrote a list of everything we were going to do to prevent that from ever happening again. And I can tell you, after that, whenever I wore that dress, I wore shorts underneath it.
Yeah.
Every time. It was another preventive action that took place.
Oh gosh.
Gotta
It
be
was
careful.
a learning experience as well. Cool.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully it won't happen again.
True. Gosh. Okay, tell us, how has this dude, you know, since this guy has come into your life, how has your life changed?
He's our little festival doggy. Oh, he's amazing. Yeah, he's full of love.
And we were talking to someone. We take him out. Obviously, he has a couple of lovely walks every day. And we were talking to someone the other day, and she said, "I tell you what, with these dogs," she said, "the amount of love you give them, they give it back tenfold." And it's so true with dogs, isn't it? Like, he's
totally.
He's just like such a little ray of sunshine. You know, you only got to walk out the door for 10 seconds, walk back in, and he's like, "Hey, you're back!" He's just such a little positive. We love him.
Totally. A few weeks ago, we were interviewing Ace Von Johnson of LA Guns, and so he is, a dog advocate as well, and he's very much active into dog and whatnot, and help support them and rescue and whatnot. So he's totally into dogs. So I said, it's dogs are better than humans, right? He says, yeah, totally true. Agreed.
As he scratched at the door.
He's scratching at the door to come in.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they're just living in the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which we're all trying to do all as well, but they do it effortlessly, and we would. That's something we would love to do, is to be able to to help and support. I mean, I've done a few gigs for the Wood Green Animal Shelter here, and that's something we are definitely going to be doing as soon as we can do gigs. That is something we would love to support, and because we love animals,
Totally,
That's
obviously.
awesome.
Oh, there we go. Get him. Hang
That's
on.
amazing. Okay.
If you can hear him scratching at the door, he's being demanding. He must have heard that we were talking about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows. It's awesome. It's really awesome.
Come on. Yeah. Come on.
You have to introduce
And
him.
there we have.
There we go.
Look at
Yay!
him.
It's nice to know that there's like a camera there every time.
Hello,
Let's move back.
There we go, Bertie.
ladies and gentlemen. We have the honor.
Whippet has entered the building.
No, it's not for you.
Yeah.
So good. Gosh, and look at him. So adorable.
Right, he's just taken over the interview now.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's
That's
okay.
it.
That's okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Now you
Yeah.
two can leave. That's it. Leave it to
Yeah,
him.
that's it. Yeah, we'll just leave him.
Yeah, he'll be cute. That's all people need.
Awesome.
He actually
Oh.
hates when we're playing on the Saturday nights. He hates the drum and he doesn't like the violin much either. So he always goes around my
Oh.
aunt's on a Saturday night because he doesn't like the drum.
No.
He's a bit of a he's a
Oh,
bit
yeah.
of a power.
Yeah. He
pretty
doesn't like any
sensitive.
loud noises.
Yeah.
Mate.
Right.
Only if they're coming out of his mouth, that's fine, you know.
Gosh,
Oh, dear.
real fun, real fun. No, it's been an absolute pleasure actually, and it's really fun. And you know what? Keep doing what you guys are doing, and it's really lovely. And before we say bye to y'all, we'd love to know one more thing from y'all, and that is, what is it that you want to pass on as a piece of advice or words of wisdom to your fans and our viewers, and because you are such an inspiration. So
Oh, wow.
we'd love to
thank
know.
you. I don't know if we're in any position to give
no.
other people advice, but
Well, the only thing I'd
Oh,
say
please.
Oh, you are.
is just trust yourself and be yourself.
yeah.
Totally.
And I think
Wow.
we've always we work out what we want to be doing every day. Like we don't have goals of like long-term goals of what we want. We know what we want to be doing, and we know we want to be playing music and
Right.
writing songs, traveling around once we can, and we're easily pleased in that way.
Awesome.
We want to be, we just want to be doing what we love doing, and
Yeah,
to not
that's it.
have to go to work and have a day job is phenomenal.
Yeah,
like
it
we're
is,
so
yeah.
lucky. So I don't know if we can
True.
offer anyone advice though.
That's it.
But
No,
we'd
that's
like a beer
truly
with you. Come to a gig.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Totally, yes. And yeah, obviously, and that's really phenomenal. Thank you so much. And for folks who are watching or listening right now, please do check out the albums which are already there on the streaming platforms, or any of you can obviously find it on the website of When Rivers Meet. And please do go check out the tour dates. And if you're there, go watch a live show because it's always better. And do say hi to Grace and Aaron. Meet them; they will be happy.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're looking
Definitely.
forward to the after gig drinks
Yeah,
down the
definitely.
pub. That's what we're looking forward to.
Oh yeah, meet and greet kind of. Totally,
Definitely.
totally.
Definitely.
Well, thank you
Obviously.
very much for
Yeah.
having us. This has been amazing, and
Yeah,
this
it
has
has
been so
been-
well set up. Thank
Yeah.
you both so much.
Yeah,
Thank
awesome
you,
job.
thank
you.
Awesome job.
Yeah.
One more thing before you guys leave. For our audience, if they want to connect with you, they should go and follow you guys on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, anywhere at the rate when rivers meet. And you can always visit whenriversmeet.co.uk for more information. And there you have it. So thank you so much, Grace and Aaron, for gracing our show. And we love the bond you share. love
I see
bond.
what
Yeah,
you've
so
done
well
there.
done there.
Totally. So yeah, and We love you guys, and keep doing what you're doing. And
Thank you.
Oh, that's
all the
awesome.
best for your album too. We are rooting for you, and you have all our support. And you are welcome on the Voice It show whenever you can. Please come again, and we'd love to host you anytime.
Oh, thank
And
you.
Yeah,
We look forward to it.
Vice versa, anytime.
Yeah,
anytime.
we would love to.
Thank you so much.
thank you
Thank you,
so much.
guys.
It's been an absolute pleasure. And for the audience, thank you for tuning in. And always remember,
Oh, that's brilliant.
Love it.
That was
Oh,
Andy
love
May
it.
done that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
so yeah. So listen to When Rivers Meet and enjoy your week and have a good one, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Ciao for
coming
now.
to
You
the
too.
show.
Thank you for
And
having us. Cheers.
ciao,
Thank you.
ciao. See you. Ciao for now.
Bye.